so bear with me. I'm in the truck. So this is Dr. Michelle, and I'm closer to you so that you can see me because the engine of the truck is loud, right? But I'm going to do something a little different this morning. I want to read something to you really quick, and then I want to just motivate you really quick on that. So I want to make it quick, right? And if you can't hear me, turn up your volumes because I'm talking loud, right? So I'm reading the book Dr. Miles Monroe, right? And I've been reading it for quite some time, Living with Purpose, right? And this morning I went to a particular one that I want to give you guys because it has some significance to me. And I believe God is trying to grow us, right? To elevate us. So I want you to listen to this, and I want you to read between the lines to see what God gives you, right? The name of the chapter is Tell Me to Come. It says, if anyone serves, he should do it with the strength God provides. That's one key point. So that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. 2, to him be the glory and power forever and ever. Amen. 1 Peter 4:11. Right. And if you know about the Bible, it's talking about Peter walking on water. Do whatever you do with the strength that God provides, right? That tells us not in our own strength, but so in all things that God may get the glory. If you're doing something and God can't get any glory, you can't give God any praise out of it, and there's no good in it, then your actions need to be reevaluated, right? But listen to this story because I want you to go a little deeper than understanding why your actions should model God, why you should do it God's way, and why you should take a step of faith, right? So it says, I am reminded of a young fisherman who decided, I'm going to take a chance and try to walk on water. One night as the disciples were crossing Lake Galilee, it was hard rowing. They were being tossed about by the waves because the winds were against them. As they struggled, a man came toward them walking on the water. In fear, they cried out, it's a ghost. Only when he spoke to them did the disciples recognize that it was Jesus. Spoke, listen, those who know his voice. So when he spoke, Peter then said, Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water. Matthew 14:28. And when Jesus said, come, Peter had the guts, listen to this, to respond to Jesus' order. I believe every one of those disciples could have walked on water. The potential was in them as even as if it was in Peter. But only Peter succeeded because only Peter had the guts to say, if you challenge me, I'll take your challenge. Although we may laugh or criticize Peter for sinking, none of us ever walked on water. He's the only guy who can say in heaven when we get there, I walked on water. What did you do? Everybody sees Jesus, but very few of us ask Jesus, tell me something to do. Give me something to challenge my potential. Men and women who assert to the world and bring change for the better are those who give their potential something to maximize. Give your ability a responsibility that would change the world. There's a wealth of ability in you, but you haven't given it any responsibility. Don't die without maximizing your ability. That's irresponsible. You have no right to die with what God put in you to live out. And that's basically what my motivation is to you this morning. You have no right to die. You have no right to give up. You have no right to succeed. You have no right to stay in your desolate state or your defeated state. It's like God giving you a gift and you refusing to open that gift, but everything that he gave you is inside of that gift. Personally, like I've been wanting to get the Black Law Dictionary, right? So somebody give me the Black Law Dictionary. I know I need that book to succeed, to do what I need to do, but I don't open that gift because I'm scared of the challenge. You have no right to sit on the gifts that God gave you. If you have the guts to walk on water like Peter, then you have accepted your challenge, right? A lot of times we refuse to accept the challenges that God bring our way because we're fearful. But do it afraid, right? Don't die with the gift God put inside of you. Don't die without maximizing your potential. Don't die without taking on the challenge and taking on that responsibility that God gave you. See, a lot of times people say, if you don't use it, you're losing. Listen, that's not true. That's why I say these cliches and things religious sayings, that people get when they take things out of context in the Bible, is really not what it is. That's why you have to know how to break down and dissect the Bible and all of that, because the thing is, God will never take his gift from you. If God gave you a gift, he's not going to take it from you. If God gave you a responsibility, you're going to keep going through what you go through until you pass that test of that responsibility. You're going to continue to go through the things that you need to go through until you say, okay, God, I surrender. So the story basically is saying that Peter had the guts to walk on water, but how many of us in a crowd of a world of people don't do what we're supposed to do? We don't have the guts to move forward because we're scared we're going to sink. Although he sank, God saved him. That's where your trust comes in at. And then you have to be willing to say, God, give me my responsibility. What is it that you would have me to do? But it's irresponsible of you to die with what God gave you. It's irresponsible of you to not open the gift that God gave you. And it's irresponsible of you to not accept the challenges that God brings your way. Because it's all about elevating you. It's all about maturing you. It's all about making you better. It's all about seeing God's face and recognizing his voice. But if you don't practice doing things the godly way, if you don't practice, for example, yesterday my man and I listened to a video that says master, you master what you practice, right? So if you don't master remolding your mind from negative to positive, if you don't practice looking at the glass being full instead of half empty, if you don't practice putting good things in your mind and thinking on those things that are just pure and good instead of those that are negative, and I bet this gonna happen, and I bet this. If you don't reimagine your future being the future that you want it to be, then what you're gonna do is be stuck and you're gonna forfeit your gift. So listen, that's my motivation to you this morning. It was so much wrapped up. It's too much for me to give you in just one setting. I don't want to make the video very long because I'm straining my voice, but I need you to get those key points. One, if God gives you the strength to do it on the strength of God. Stop depending on your own strength and your infinite mind saying that you got all the answer. You got to trust God, because if it's big enough for you to handle on your own, guess what? God didn't give it to you. If it's something that you can do with a snap of the finger and it's so easy, it's not challenging you. The other thing is trust God. Have the guts to walk out on water like Peter did. Regardless of what everybody else is doing around you, if I went with everybody that told me I was delusional, I wouldn't be what I am today. And what I am is everything, because I say what I am. I don't need any validation from anybody else to tell me that I'm great, intelligent, successful, that I'm a beautiful black woman that can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do whatever I want to do, right? And when I set my mind to it and I do it, it's no turning back. So you have to understand that if somebody else sitting on God's blessing, don't mean you got to sit on it. You know, they said birds of a feather flock together. I think that's how it goes. Okay, so if you're in a group of people that ain't pushing you, inspiring you, being honest with you, telling you the truth, trying to challenge you to greater, then you need to switch groups. Because listen, I'm trying to have all that God has for me, and I'm trying to let you know that it's irresponsible of you to sit on the gifts that God gave you and not walk on water. Come on, guys, let's get it. This is Dr. Michelle. You guys have a blessed day.